Welcome back to Newsline. Third time was most certainly not the charm today for Congressman George Santos. He survived two previous expulsion attempts by the House of Representatives, but today that is not the case. The first day of December, as House Speaker Mike Johnson announced his congressional fate a short time ago.
On this vote, the yeas are 311, the nays are 114, with 2 recorded as present. 2/3 voting in the affirmative, the resolution is adopted. Under Clause 5D of Rule 20, the chair announces to the House that in light of the expulsion of the gentleman from New York, Mr. Santos, the whole number of the House is now 434.
Missouri Congressman Eric Burlison joins us now to weigh in on today's vote. Good to see you, Congressman, as always.
Good to see you.
So we know you voted against expulsion for Santos on November 1st. So how did you vote today?
I voted no as well. I think we're setting a very dangerous precedent. I think we have to keep in mind that he's only been indicted. And as we all know, you can indict a ham sandwich. Now, these charges are fairly serious, but as you placed him in context to other people in history, folks that have taken bribes, folks that have committed much worse acts than using your campaign funds to purchase Botox. It's inappropriate, and there's a lot of things in his campaign funds that should be cleaned up. But we are setting a very dangerous precedent where we are expelling a member before they've been convicted in a court of law,
instead of leaving it to the voters. So George Santos was on with Greg Kelly right here last night on Newsmax. And we'll play a little bit of their exchange because Greg asked him point blank about one of the most, more damning allegations against him. And here is how Congressman Santos responded.
All the privilege. He had someone else do it. $200,000 was in your super PAC, Redstone Strategies. They allege that you took that money from the PAC, which wasn't registered, and gave it to or transferred it to your personal account. Is that true?
Look, Greg, I haven't gone through this. I haven't unpacked any of this. Obviously, I have a case with the DOJ. I need to be respectful of the prosecutors and the judge in this case.
So, Greg tried to get the direct answer, and Santos, as understandably, has lawyers who probably said, here's what you can and cannot say. But you do look at the wide, step back here. You're right. There is a due process. And if we want it for folks like Senator Menendez, isn't Santos along the same lines here?
Yeah, the allegations against Menendez are horrific, probably worse, much worse than what Santos has done. But at the end of the day, if both of them end up being actually convicted, then let's vote to expel those members. Let it be aired out in the courts with a jury of their peers, the way that follow the rule of law.
Final question. And, there was impeachment articles for Mayorkas that failed. Some say, that clearly is a dereliction of duty. Right now, we have a southern border that's open. Fentanyl's coming across and children are being trafficked. And yet Mayorkas was able to retain his job. Here we have Republican Congressman George Santos not keeping his. Is there some type of message here that maybe Americans are not going to sit so well with this, even if it ends up being a conviction later down the line, that there are bigger issues being tackled and other people are getting away with things that are not upholding their oath of office either?
I know. It frustrates me as well. I look at both sides of the aisle, and I'm frustrated that we're not trying to. There's not enough people here that are here to save America. That are not here. A lot of them are here for a title or a position, and that's unfortunate. And I would encourage the American people, look at the way that your member votes. Pay attention, and keep track of their voting record because it's important.
Make sure they show up to vote as well. Congressman Eric Burlison, always a pleasure. Thank you, sir. Good to have you in today.
Thank you.